LSU Hiller has filled the first aboard Indianapolis.
Top seed North Carolina. The 1-2 seeds will play to fill first half of the field for the national championship. To watch two team AP All-American Meyer. They are the go-to players for the ACC of the year. A double-double 2 NCAA games in Simona for SEC Shoots Player of the Year, coming into the NBA tournament averaging 55% from the floor. Here are our lineups. It is a veteran for all ball ups except for one of the key positions. Juanita Smith, point guard for Duke. LSU has been putting hits on the justice with this one. Jumps out and rebounds. The right puts up the balls to fall. A huge key for Justin for his team is to rebound. They are undefeated 27-0 when they out-rebound their opponents. They are big and strong inside. Justin Flores, many people since she may have their best coaching job this year, with only 8 people on the roster. Only 7 of them helped it. Somehow she is all good together. Her team 3-1-4, and on the verge going back to another Final Four for her. That happened back in 2002 and they to the Final Four. The champion began in 99, Lyndon Jones can't work from the free throw line. This is Duke team market. This how to play against fast team against North Carolina, who just got beat tonight at Baylor. And Missy Williams gets first point for the Devils. Very tall, very rangy, and the lot of pressure took the tempo, even though it seems to go against what they do best, and that is shots inside. For that tempo, it's up that trap to sit things down. The first year head coach Pope Chipman said 32-2, and she's the coach of the year. She's already won 3 national coach of the year awards. And this is Jeff Brown. Johnson is at Shroud Chase, and we got to get a lot of backdoors. That was the second time, the second possession that they almost got. One thing, the LSU defense worked on the post after tag inside, and doing a job. They just miscommunication right there as far as Curry and Smith. Once Smith goes to baseline and Curry throws the pass in the corner, nobody home. 2-0. Austin, who had a college game in the semifinals, who got Bang on the outside. It's a Nick Johnson, the really good point. Always focused, trying to get the ball to All-Americans. Stickler to Kelly Willis. You saw that it's only 3 points a game, like hit the baseline job. Duke run a lot of good defenses that a 2-1-1, a man-to-man to spin fun up here. Augustus with the steal, they're trying to get the ball to cutting curve. And got the Southern moves, looks to glide without, just hangs in the air. And this take away the Blue Devil defense. Richard Smith, freshman swipe. Smith gets the read in the top of the circle. Jones gets it up to Johnson. She puts it right on the window. Augustus, partially blocked, and a foul against Fletcher. Ellis out and run one. They will release somebody. Duke's on position defense. They've got to get somebody back, but they're so good on offensive boards. No problem in the open game against Michigan. Struggle against Boston College. And he's got to win against Virginia here in Chattanooga to reach the lead 8. LSU, it has been an easy ride for them. The bomb stats the same with Arizona. The points they've given up, and then they massacre Libby. In the semifinal here, they've given up 36-43 and 48. They hold opponents virtually nothing more. A lot of people from the field. And a lot of people feel they have not been tested, but the SEC got them here. They got lost in the SEC tournament against Tennessee. They felt that we got focused now. Curry. Boy, he and Augustus are switch-uppers. Mulkey's after walking off the practice stage, she said, I'm ready for this one. Average 18-3 in the point column, 0.7 rebounds a game in the NCAA. And there's Wilson. Willis has already succeeded her season's average in the first minute. Tilly Willis really come in and look to play defense and get boards. She will score. Curry, the tough Raider baseline jumper, couldn't get it to fall. Monique with nice pass. And this is where she's very effective, and she's really worked on it this summer as far as spacing up, putting the ball on the floor and get jump shots, because so good at back of the bag. She's so really good at getting to the free throws. She made 159 free throws coming to this game, so she knows how to score. And not only that, in the 3 NCAA tournament games, she's averaging 7 free throw games. Inside of that quick, but they do a pretty good job on her. It's going to be all over the back, hold on which, so they are calling this rather closely through Scott Arborough, Robert Trammell, and Cameron Away. And that could be an important factor in this game, considering it is so thin. But the depth for LSU, they have a lot of their players get some minutes in those games, the NCAA tournament. So you would think if it's in that, they would have huge advantage. Bird tries to go baseline. Now see how much in this matchup with Smith and Johnson. Johnson is getting down low. 5-3 her fame against the 5'11 Smith, and called Johnson throwing a nickel. She was just bodying Smith up. Good matchup for the team. And somebody for LSU said something, and Cameron Inouye let them know in uncertain terms that she wasn't going to have any of it in this game. Williams has 4. Now that's where it is so effective, Mike. They've such big O's going inside like that. Jones got to the 13 feet and wants the shot. Augustus will take it. And Mickey Williams, who you may remember as Miss Bass, who married last August, and the new change at that rebound. Almost 3 on away. Failed enough to get a screen. He's working against Shonda Haas. They get it inside the Bale, can't hit a shot. And thrown away by Augustus, trying to hit her point guard to make Johnson the 4th LSU turnover early. They're down the bucket to do with 15:31 to go in the first half.
These gardens have the most exquisite Venus flight. Oh, he likes you.
Go where you want with your free weekend from Ace. Now rent for a week and get a free weekend to use layup. Our lowest prices at avis.com.
Catherine, wait.
Leave me alone. I'm not with you.
It is I that am not with you.
How can you say that? Edward, you have nothing but honorable.
I've been fooled. Hold. Catherine, I love you. I've always loved you.
Oh, Reggie.
One car has factory-installed keyless remote start. It's not a Honda Accord. Only one car has the first and largest 4-pan panoramic roof available, and it's not a Toyota Camry. It's not a Nissan Altima 2.5 that has the most powerful engine. It's the first ever Pontiac G6. With action, anything possible.
A cell phone, right? Don't ask. No, I get it. It's the end of the month. You're worried. You're thinking, how many minutes have I used? Yeah. Did I use them all up? Yeah. And you get slammed with overages. Yeah, exactly. You threw that too. No, I have rollover. Every time.
Only Singular has rollover. Keep what you pay for, use them when you need. That's the fairest deal in wireless.
You're not answer that, are you? Not till next month.
The new Singular, raising the bar.
Welcome to ESPN's A Week of Madness, presented by Harley-Davidson.
Duke with the early lead over LSU, 6-4. Mark Jones, the third member of our crew. Let's check in with him right now.
Yeah, LSU's offense has been devastating in the last two games coming into this, jumping out to 11-0 and 17-0 leads respectively. Pokey Chapman telling me the key to their offense is their screening, setting up as many as 12 screens offensive possession. The player with 3 or 4 options coming off of each screen. She speaks of her offense in Zen-like terms, saying she wants their bodies, minds in sync, and each possession should be, quote, a masterpiece, end quote. Back to you guys.
Mark, that defense in top 10 in several categories. But there's a beautiful give and go from Misty Williams. And they work at the perfection, except they can't finish on the shot. And there's a reach-in steal by Jessica Foley, who's in the game for the first time. Foley, the Australian junior, missed the first 2 games of the NCAA. She has a severe case of tendonitis in her left foot, which playing with an orthotic should allow her to get a few minutes at least.
She gives them another ball handler and the ability to shoot outside.
Woods powers it up from the baseline. She has half a dozen already. And Duke leads by 4.
The difference in this game for LSU, you certainly don't see defensively. There you see fouls with a nice pass from Johnson and making a little short jumper, but you don't see the intense defense on the pressure that we saw against Liberty that LSU put on the other night.
From Miami, very physical, outstanding shot blocker. And there's Shante Black, the 6'5 freshman for Duke.
We have 2 players in this game, Shante Black and Sylvia Fowles, this year have been called for goaltenders.
Well, you see Shante Black with that thin frame, how she could be a jumper. But Fowles has got some beef in there, and she must have some great leaping ability to get up.
She, at the age of 14 as a freshman, had 2 dunks in 1 game in a high school game. Lanisha Smith guarding Simone Augustus, just going to face guard her. Gail Gessencourt said, we just want to have Smith just look at Simone Augustus, nothing else.
Johnson penetrates and then tries to kick the ball out.
LSU looks impatient in their offense.
Yes,
They're not setting the screens. Give credit to Duke. They've made the adjustments in their defense. Duke is going to get the ball, but LSU, which is a team coming in that will take, as Mark said, set 12 picks, and they will pass the ball 5, 6, 7 times within their offense. They have not done that. They've been impatient.
The officials couldn't make up their mind on that last call, so they declare a held ball, and the possession arrow gives it to Duke. And that's 6 LSU turnovers. That's the main reason they're down 10-6 early. Foley tries to drive, and Fowles is right there to block it.
You can say that maybe Curry and Augustus maybe not stepping up. It's the other players, and there's a good penetration by Foley, and other players are starting to look for shots.
Fowles, that was her 95th block of the year. That's the 3rd best ever shot block down to 5. They try to force it in and throw it away. Augustus with the dribble drive, can't get it. Follow won't go, and here comes Duke back the other way. Curry down court. Great bounce pass to Misty Williams for the lay-in. Monique Curry, the All-American, tremendous vision. Johnson back the other way, dribbles into a triple team and loses it.
It's a
Curry, 2-on-3. Double team goes to the deck. All at once this game got a lot more physical. Augustus got the roll.
Duke, Mike, right now, they're doing such a good job on the transition defense and then getting the boards. LSU is trying to run, but the defense is already back. They've got to pull it out. They're playing too much one-on-one. Very uncharacteristic of the Lady Tigers.
Curry guarded by Hostin. And another good defensive play there by Sylvia Fowles. And a travel call as Willis was ahead of the backs, but couldn't make the catch and control her body at the same time.
The Stars looking to become passers. Monique Curry one-on-one and sees Misty Bass filling the lane, the post for Duke. Getting a fast break situation. Nice bounce pass here, and Simone Augustus getting the little roll, her first basket.
Teams may have some nerves at the start of this game. 14 early turnovers combined. Bales a little short on that one. Foley with a follow-up, can't hit it.
One of the things that makes LSU a running team is their ability to rebound on the defensive end. But Duke is such a powerful rebounding team. They out-rebound their opponents by over 14.
Augustus against tough man-to-man defense. Can't hit that shot.
LSU is playing right into Duke's hands. If Simone Augustus is going to go one-on-one, she will be tired.
Good entry pass this time. Basket and the foul. Winter Whitley, the senior from Atlanta, Georgia, who had started the last 3 ball games with Foley out, gets the bucket, draws the foul. Duke doing what it wants to offensively so far, and they lead by 6.
There is a treasure that claims all who seek it. On April 8th,
I can't ask you to go this alone.
unravel the clues.
Let's go!
Sahara, rated PG-13. Starts April 8th.
White, beige, or taupe? No thanks. If I'm gonna paint, you're gonna notice it.
You can at the Home Depot. Discover the largest paint color palette in America. The greatest brands in paint are here at guaranteed low prices. And try our Color Smart system, where you can preview, match, and coordinate colors with confidence. Organize paint chips, swatches, and more with a Color Solutions Journal. Get one free when you buy $60 or more of Behr paint. At the Home Depot, you can do it, we can help.
I'm having work done. I'm not sure how it will turn out, but I am so excited.
Let Olay Regenerist do the work. With its aminopeptide complex, it continuously renews skin's appearance at the cellular level for lasting results. Olay Regenerist.
Work done.
And now the Regenerating Collection to help you tailor your skincare regimen.
Making noise, people grilling, man, look at them stick. Oh, no doubt, but this one here, we thugging it out.
So quiet. And yet so loud. Chevy Cobalt, the new commotion in the Chevy family.
This NCAA Women's Championship telecast is presented by Avis.
We're in Chattanooga, Tennessee to decide the second member of the Final Four as Duke leading LSU 14-8, 11:23 to go first half. Elena Beard, the Duke All-American who is with the Washington Mystics of the WNBA, made the trip and rooting for her Blue Devils. And we'll have Mark Jones when he gets a chance talking with her later this evening.
What a player she was.
Whitley hits the free throw, and that gives Duke its biggest lead, 15-8. One of the reasons Simone Augustus only 1 out of 6 from the floor so far for LSU.
The biggest deficit all year long for LSU. They were down against Alabama and came back and won that by 1.
Augustus had not shot the ball well the first 2 NCAA games. She was 10 out of 12 2 days ago against Liberty. The shot clock doesn't reset. Down to 3. They have to force the shot, and Duke makes sure it's 1 and done.
Duke playing their last game against an SEC team. They switched things up. And they really forced Georgia to get out of their offense, and they're doing the same thing to LSU.
Curry, nice fake to get to the baseline. Doesn't get the roll. Austin ahead of the pack. A lot of contact, no call. I think that was a good no call. And again, nobody there to help on the boards for LSU.
One of the things that a lot of players I notice don't do on fast breaks, they don't stop for a 2-foot jump stop and just use a little backboard, use 3-4-foot jumper instead of going in there on 1 foot all the way for a layup.
Of course, you're from UCLA. You're always thinking about that backboard. Bales, good pass.
Oh, the back doors are working for the Blue Devils.
And Misty Williams having a big offensive ball game, 10 points. She's averaged 15 and a half the last 3 games, all in the NCAA. Good baseline drive there, and the All-American Augustus gets her second bucket of the night.
Yeah, good no call. They felt that Winter Whitley was a little too far underneath the basket, and Simone Augustus already made her move. And you look at Bales. Bales sat out yesterday at shoot-around because she tweaked her back before the Georgia game. But her size, and she's ready to play, creates a lot of problems for LSU.
Well, she's got the one thing you can't teach, and that's a 6'7" frame. Fouls, thought she had another block. Instead, she'll pick up her first personal.
Katie Feenstra from Liberty at 6'8", not as mobile as Allison Bales.
Right.
Bales gets it from the high post. You've got to cut that off. You can't slide with her. You've got to get in front of her and make her change directions. The Bales is a very good three-point shooter. She was at the Pete Newell Tall Women's Camp a few years ago and showed everybody how a three-point shot was easy for her.
It's that free throw. Tuesday's ESPN exclusive coverage of the NCAA Women's Championship telecast presented by Avis, and a week of madness presented by Harley-Davidson continues with 2 more regional final games. Stanford and Michigan State, and Rutgers taking on Tennessee. Monique Curry getting a breather as Duke has a 19-10 lead.
Spacing so important on this offense for LSU.
Augustus out to Johnson, who has not been an offensive factor in this game yet, shooting the ball at all. She played pretty well the other day. Hit a couple of threes, in fact. Turnaround jump shot, good. Nice touch by Sylvia Fowles. She's going to be a terrific player.
Sylvia Fowles capable of scoring points. She had 22 against Vanderbilt earlier.
Bales, another good entry pass from the high post, and Misty Williams getting tremendous position, and Bales finding her nearly every time, Annie.
The high post, that's a high post.
Yes, it is.
On the top of the key, but Misty Williams, very good hands, and they have been sneaking behind the defense of LSU. So here's the decision that the Lady Tigers have to do. Do you let the Duke post players catch the ball in front and play behind them and make them shoot over you? Because right now, Duke has just devastated the defense of LSU, throwing over the top and no weak side help.
Well, whatever choices you have, what you've chosen right now is not working. Misty Williams has 13 points. Bales, the 6'7" center, has 3 assists, all on great passes.
And if Duke continues to get inside, LSU is probably looking to foul because they don't want to put Duke at the free throw line. Simone Augustus continuing to struggle with her shot.
And LSU getting no second chances. Smith back in at the point. Bales looking low again. This time comes out to Foley. Bales gets it low again. Fouls. Goes with a left hand. Pretty move by Allison Bales.
Gail Gesson-Torres has talked to Allison Bales all year long. She struggled the first 4 games. Scored in double figures a few times. I've said, look, we need more productivity from you. We need rebounding and scoring points. And after the Bahamas trip, she scored double-doubles.
Duke has doubled up on the top seed the entire tournament. This time, Tamika Johnson does a great job of getting in deep and gets the pass for the basket and draws the foul on Bales. We've got a timeout on the court, 24-14, 2.
Basketball Championship. The regional finals continue. Stanford, Michigan State at 7. Rutgers, Tennessee at 9. Tuesday on ESPN.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Cobalt Coupe and Sedan. With more standard horsepower than Civic or Corolla. And our 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. Two great cars, starting at $14,190. Cobalt, the new commotion in the Chevy family. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Goodbye.
No, wait. Come back. Oh, please come back.
Senorita! Just a moment.
Where can you find a great deal on a great vehicle?
Jerry Lane is your answer. The Jerry Lane sales staff made my car buying experience easy.
Dependability is our first priority, and Jerry Lane comes through every time.
From the sales to the financing to the service, Jerry Lane gets an A+.
You can count on Jerry Lane. Welcome to a craftsmanship. Bricks Incorporated for every room. For sheet metal job, we're gonna do the best, and here's the proof. For more than 50 years, our name's stood above the rest. Look up and you'll probably find Bricks Incorporated quality. People look up to our craftsmanship. Bricks Incorporated.
There.
ESPN's exclusive telecast of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship is presented by Avis. We try harder. And in part by Diet Coke. It's a Diet Coke thing. And Pontiac, official performance machines of the NCAA.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Scenic City, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Duke with a 10-point lead. Simone Augustus of LSU just 2 of 8 from the field. And prior to the last game, she had been struggling with her jump shot. Well, she went back and looked at some tape, noticed that she was releasing the ball on the way down. And in addition to that, she had the ball on the heel of her hand. Well, at the insistence of her father, Seymour Augustus, she went back to an old remedy where she actually put a bowling glove on her shooting hand and took 50 jump shots with the bowling glove on. That helped to get the ball off of her palm. But, guys, she might need more than a bowling glove right now at 2 for 8. Back to you.
Absolutely, Mark. And another important stat, LSU with no second chance points and only 3 offensive rebounds through nearly 13 minutes of play in this ballgame.
And Tamika Johnson only 3 assists. She had 15 assists against Liberty. And right now, I really think that LSU is struggling in their offense right now. A lot of it has to do with the defense that Duke is putting on them. They've got great size out there.
I mean, there is not a lineup that Gail Geston-Force can put on the court that doesn't have a lot of size. There's a lob inside, hits the rim.
LSU is standing. I don't understand why they're not setting screens.
Austin thought she had something inside, but there was absolutely nothing there. Misty Williams now playing the post, and Black at the high post. And an offensive foul call on Duke away from the ball.
Kobe Chapman has gone with Florence Williams. And Fowles and Hostin all played at Edison High School together in Miami. So those 3 players are very familiar with each other for LSU.
The motion offense, and Tamika Johnson trying to get a little more motion out of it. Hostin will fire from long range. She was very effective against Liberty. Hit 3 out of 5 and had 22 points. But nothing so far today.
Now, in LSU in their offense, they don't look like they have a lot of time in their shot. They look like they're rushing. They're not getting any fast break opportunities because Duke has just really stopped that early in this first half.
Hostin, in fact, just knocked that one away. It's 0 for 4 from the floor. Duke, on the other hand, is shooting 59% in the opening 13 and a half minutes. And normally LSU, one of the best teams in the nation in field goal percentage defense. Curry leans into one and got it. Monique Curry.
That is so pretty. Monique Curry showing good balance, not getting out of control off that shot.
Tamika Johnson frustrated that she hasn't been able to get inside as often as she wants, but picks up a foul on Wanisha Smith that time, her second.
Monique Curry being very patient. Little back pick right there. Curls off. Two high posts right there. And then she will stop. And defense just stops defending her.
Williams. As Pokey Chapman trying to find the button to push. It'll get us some more offense. And here is the foul. If that's on Smith, it's her third. Now they're going to call it on Curry, her first.
Now that was a good mismatch for LSU. Fouls with Monique Curry on her, and they're trying to get the ball inside. Fouls really looking to establish herself inside, especially with Allison Bales out right now. Shantae Black, though at 6'5", creates problems.
Smith will come out for a breather, and Foley is back in. Augustus trying to go one-on-one, but cut off by the defense. Johnson penetrates. Tamika Johnson with the ability to give them good looks, but this one comes out to Foley.
The basket certainly has a lid on it for LSU in the first half.
Looking for those backdoor cuts, Whitley and Williams. Foley has to step over her own player. Gets the ball out to Whitley, and LSU really turning up the defense. Curry, good entry pass. Shot won't go for Black, and credit fouls with excellent post defense. Johnson trying to get the ball inside, throws it away again. 10 LSU first half turnovers, and they're down by 11 points.
Good job by Duke getting back, and there's so much a wave of blue jerseys that LSU is still trying to force the issue. They want to get a fast break basket so bad, but Tamika Johnson, she's got to set the tone right now and take leadership of this team and pull things out and start running the offense.
And this is a player coming into this game 265 assists and only 88 turnovers. The Duke fans really upset about that last non-call as Curry and Gail Guest, of course, thought they had a foul on the baseline.
Look at how big Duke is. You got Shantae Black in the middle there, and Winter Whitley, who's really stepped up her game with Jessica Foley having that injured foot.
And that's without Bales. Williams, nothing there. Johnson got the three.
That might open up some of the inside game for them if Tamika Johnson can shoot from the outside.
She doesn't take many. It's only the 15th she's made this year, but she is nearly a 50% long-range shooter. Whitley to Black, now to Curry. Boy, she is so smooth. It looks effortless.
Duke is doing such a good job getting the ball low. Even if it's not inside the paint, they're getting low down on the baseline, and they have nice picks up high to open up Monique Curry.
Augusta, she and Curry are just so similar. They just hang there and then bury the shot.
That is the highest arch I've seen since Augusta shooting 6 games.
Black. And now LSU doing a better job defensively and doing a better job on the boards.
The LSU coaches talk about running for 40 minutes. Put the pressure on Duke.
Augustus sprints right down the right side of the lane and scores. They've cut the lead to 6.
They feel by putting pressure on Duke, and you mentioned it earlier, Mike, as far as that short bench for Duke. They've only got 8 players, maybe 7.
Whistle away from the ball. And this foul will go on Florence Williams, the freshman. LSU finding its offensive rhythm. Simone Augustus with a bucket. They have cut the lead to 6, and Tamika Johnson has come alive at the point.
There it is. There what is? The Harley I almost bought.
I love that color. Is that
Black?
Black.
It's black. That almost looks great. I can almost hear that big V-twin.
Almost won't get you there.
Hey, congrats, Harold. I hear they're sending you to L.A. for the negotiation.
Why him? Because he can convince anybody of anything.
That's not true.
You're right.
No, that's not true. He's right. It's not true at all.
I don't know what I said that for.
Actually, I was being modest. It is true.
Yeah, right. He's right. That is true.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, can you give me some papaya?
Sure. Yeah. Coming right up.
They chose you for a reason, and you chose Embassy Suites for a reason. Like our spacious 2 rooms. Embassy Suites Hotels.
All right, here's one. You're stranded on the island. Name 3 things that you want with you.
A beautiful woman, an endless supply of Bud Light, and oh yeah, another beautiful woman.
Hey, Sam! When are you gonna paint the hut?
Not until he builds the
raft.
raft.
He said he built the raft yesterday.
Girl, he
My mama told me not to get stranded with you.
Oh, I got to work on my fantasies.
Bud Light, fresh, smooth, real.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
It's all here.
White, beige, or taupe? No thanks. If I'm gonna paint, you're gonna notice it.
You can at the Home Depot. Discover the largest paint color palette in America. The greatest brands in paint are here at guaranteed low prices. And try our Color Smart system, where you can preview, match, and coordinate colors with confidence. Organize paint chips, swatches, and more with a Color Solutions Journal. Get one free when you buy $60 or more of Behr paint. At the Home Depot, you can do it, we can help.
ESPN's exclusive telecast of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship is brought to you by Harley-Davidson Motorcycles. It's time to ride. And Embassy Suites Hotels. Go to embassysuites.com.
Welcome back to Chattanooga, Tennessee, where Duke is leading LSU by a half a dozen with 3:12 to go first half. Mike Patrick, Ann Myers, Mark Jones, our entire ESPN crew. Glad you could join us.
LSU going on that little run, a lot of it with Wanisha Smith and Allison Bales on the bench, each with 2 fouls. And this is a perfect example, Mike, of their short bench. Now Monique Curry has to come and play point a lot, which Gail Gesson, of course, has put her in that position. And also now you got Jessica Foley out there.
Whitley, the senior, hits a pair. And it's 30-22. But Duke has never lost its aggressiveness on defense, even with the short bench and any foul trouble they get into. They just keep trying to pressure. Scoop shot, Williams. Offensive rebound, loose ball. LSU controls it. Augustus, 17-footer, and just buried it. Sylvia Fowles, nice job on the baseline to get the basketball again.
Offense is really spreading things out now for LSU to look to try and make those drives like Williams tried.
Foley can't get by Williams. Curry goes into Williams, and here comes Fowles again, anticipating the play and making the pick. Johnson. Tough bounce pass. Getting very physical. Game is done in fits and spurts the way it's been called.
Remember, Duke lost Elena Beard, Isis Tillis, and Crapo. They lost 70% of their three-point shooting. Also, Lindsey Harding, their point guard, and Brittany Hunter.
Lindsey Harding has been suspended for a violation of team rules undisclosed for the entire season, and she was their returning point guard. Now it's 30-26. The lead cut to 4 as LSU just continues to push.
A lot of it has to do with LSU's defense. With Allison Bales out of there, it creates a different kind of problem in the sense that it opens things up for LSU. It's a positive for the Lady Tigers. But Duke now, they've kind of gotten into a little funk because they're not getting that pass inside of their post players in those back doors.
Here's our update of the Star Watch. Curry with 6, Augustus with 10.
And Curry scored early. That was with Wanisha Smith in the lineup. Again, she's got 2 fouls in the first half, and now Curry's got to go more at the point guard and handle the ball a little bit more rather than being able to come off those picks.
Back to your point about Bales, she has been on the bench for quite a while with those 2 fouls, and Gail Gestencourt, it appears, is going to try to go the last 150 with her there as well. Augustus starting to heat up as at 4 of the last 5 shots. Curry brings it up, waiting for her is Hostin. The ball knocked out of bounds.
And Flo Williams guarding Misty Williams inside. Williams not as big and strong as Williams, but is very quick and has good jumping ability.
Fouls is man-to-man against Black. Foley, tough matchup trying to take Johnson. She can't post her up, and Johnson with another strip. That's 12 turnovers. Oh, good pass. Fouls had it blocked. Got it back, blocked again, and a foul.
Oh, I love seeing the young players. Fouls in Black. I mean, you just throw it up there, and you know they're going to go up and get it.
Coming up on the singular halftime report, Reese Davis, Lisa Leslie, and Stacey Dale-Newman. They'll take a look at Baylor as they enter the Final Four. Rutgers shot selection, and Stanford boxes out. Hope you saw some of those games last night. And there is Allison Bales, the sophomore. Fouls, goes to the free throw line. Misses the first. Fouls only a 58% free throw shooter.
She shoots better from the floor.
Yes, she does. Well, she's a lot closer. She missed them both. Neither one of these teams good free throw shooting club. Just highly unusual for the women overall, and especially for a successful women's basketball team.
But the 2 players that count, Simone Augustus and Mona Curry.
They make them all. Curry, tough shot. Did not get the roll. Tipped to Johnson. And Curry says something to Scott Yarborough, the official, and Yarborough makes an excellent officiating decision. He just stares instead of calling a technical.
Both players
Curry picked up her second.
Players got caught, Mike, at half court, Hostin and Curry. And I think Curry was getting back, and Hostin kind of ran into her, and Curry threw her arms out. So a tough call for Monique Curry.
And Hostin, who's a 68% free throw shooter, goes to the line. LSU only 2 of 6 at the stripe. Duke is 6 of 6.
That's Hostin's first point. She had 22 points against Liberty.
And she had 3 out of 5 threes in that game. She was huge.
She also defends the best offensive player. And that's one of the things Gestencourt talked about. She said this year with Elena Beard gone, Monique Curry is getting doubled and triple teamed and having the best defender. Where last year that wasn't happening because of Elena Beard.
Hostin waiting for her again as Curry forced to be the ball handler. Foley looking inside, giving her another ball handler. And here is a 3-second violation called against Duke. They turn it over again. LSU will have a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. And Pokey Chapman has never wavered from that. Let's push on offense and defense, and it's worked for her so well.
It really has. She comes in so prepared, as Gail Gestencourt's teams does, because Duke early in this game, they set the tempo. They got inside, high-low passes, great spacing. I don't think LSU really knew how they were going to defend. All of a sudden, fouls came into the game, and with her size at 6'5" and the ability to jump, and then defensively right there, Tamika Johnson so good low, they kind of figured out what Duke was doing. But also, it didn't hurt that Allison Bales had to go to the bench with foul trouble.
It certainly didn't, but Willis was pretty good offensively, but her shortcomings defensively hurt them. Fouls have just been sensational since she came in. See if they try to get to Augustus. About a 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Augustus, baseline, pull-up jumper, we're tied at 30.
There's no question that Augustus really feels that she can take Winter Whitley one-on-one.
Duke led by as many as 12. Foley. We're tied at the half. The tournament's top seed comes back from 12 down to tie it up, and the Star Watch shows Augustus is now doubled up Curry, 12-6 from the floor. Let's go to Mark Jones.
Coach Misty Williams gave you a big boost in the first half on high-low action and dives to the basket. How'd you keep that going in the second half?
Well, we got to look to her more. I mean, she was open, she scored, and then we stopped looking to her. We got to take care of the basketball. Now we're looking for her some, and we turn the ball over and looking for her. They're doing a good job doubling her. We got to skip the ball and then look inside.
What was different about the second part of that first half, which enabled them to make a run on you to close it out?
We got 2 fouls on 2 of our starters, and so I think we got a little tired down the stretch. They hit a couple of jump shots. You know, Tamika did a good job, Simone did a good job, and then they went on a roll. So we're going to have to shore up our defense a little bit more, take care of the ball on offense.
Thanks, Coach. Guys, back to you.
Mark, thanks very much. We're at halftime, tied at 30. Now let's go to the singular halftime report. Here's Reese Davis.
All right, Mike, an 18-6 run to close the half, and Duke's lead is gone. 30-30. Glad to have you with us. Lisa Leslie, Stacey Dale Schumann here. Lisa, we heard Gail Gestencourt talk about it a little bit. What do you think Duke needs to do to try to reestablish that early tempo they had?
Exactly what Gail said. They need to go back to getting the ball into the post to Misty Williams or Allison Bales. They were able to dominate there, and they had 22 points in the paint. But obviously the tempo has changed, Stacey.
Well, the difference in that tempo was when Tamika Johnson hit the three-point shot. LSU has to make at least 1 or 2 three-point shots in each half to have a chance to have an inside game. And you have to have an inside game against the biggest, I'm talking size, team in the country.
Well, we mentioned it before the game started. That is LSU's weakness. The worst three-point shooting team in the SEC, among the worst in the country, 288 out of 324. Baylor was effective at times shooting from the perimeter to the Tempe Regional. And we've got a new visitor to the Final Four. We'll tell you about it.
Hey, Brody. People, are you ready? Let's start the show. Let's start the show. You don't believe it, you can read it, page 1. Hit your little video, watch it all, sing it small, hear it for baby. Now, special on every singing, and I think on that topic, we all live agree now.
Here's a fun fact. Erected in 1963, the walnut stands 15 feet high.
I'll be in the car.
Go where you want with your free weekend from Avis.
Orca, Orca. Oh, I love Orca.
I thought you loved the humpback.
I recently changed my mind.
But I thought we established that the Orca was mine. Now rent for a week and get a free weekend to use later. Find our lowest prices at avis.com.
Yeah, I have a little attitude, but I've earned it. I put in the hours. I practice every day. I've learned from the best, and I have no doubt that I can play at the highest level. Right now, I'm guessing I'll end up in either Chicago or New Orleans. Most good jazz musicians do.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
It's going to be a long, hot summer, so now's a great time to visit Sabine Pools and Spas in Gonzales. Serving the Baton Rouge area for over 20 years, Sabine Pools and Spas features quality above-ground pools and a large selection of beautiful Dimension 1 spas. We carry a large selection of BioGuard chemicals and a wide variety of pool accessories, from toys to pool parts. Keep your pool crystal clear in just 15 minutes a week with the 4 Steps to Easy Pool Care program featured at Sabine Pools and Spas. Come in today and keep cool all summer long. Sabine Pools and Spas, Highway 44, Gonzales.
Louisiana chemical plants will need to employ more than 5,000 process technicians in the new millennium. ITI will prepare you to meet the need for technically skilled people in this area of process operation. In less than 2 years, you can earn a degree in the high-tech field of process operations. ITI offers reasonable hours and job placement assistance. With almost 30 years of experience in training process operators around the world, ITI is considered a leader in technical education. Don't wait. Call ITI now at 752-4233. ITI for a better life. Call for your free information kit and set up a tour of campus.
Information.
This is the Singular Halftime Report.
A spot in the Final Four up for grabs. LSU faced its biggest deficit of the season in the first half. #1 overall seed in the tournament rallies to tie it 30-all at the break. Glad to have you along on the Singular Halftime Report. One spot in the Final Four has already been filled. Earlier tonight in Tempe, the North Carolina women trying to join the Tar Heel men in the Final Four and become only the 6th program to send the men and the women to the Final Four in the same season. Standing in the way, the Baylor Lady Bears. Close throughout the first half, Chelsea Whitaker went all Tyus Edney on him.
Now, Reese, I don't want to hear anybody talk about Whitaker not being a good point guard. She controls things for Baylor as you see Young get to the rim.
Sophia Young had 19. North Carolina had trouble scoring in this game. Leah Metcalf hits the 3. Highly unusual for the Tar Heels, the second best scoring team in the country, averaging right around 80 per game. Stephanie Blackman by herself inside, and tears of joy as Kim Mulkey Robertson, who played in the very first NCAA Women's Final Four as a player at Louisiana Tech, takes Baylor to the Final Four. 72-63 is the final. And Carolina's an up-tempo team and went back and forth all night. Lisa, you were keeping track of the number of times Baylor forced Carolina into taking quick shots or bad shots.
Yes, Carolina shot, I would say 12. I think my count was 12. I kind of stopped counting.
Rough estimate there.
12 bad shots. And what bad shots are, in my opinion, are shots when you come down, you don't make a pass to another teammate, you just jack up a shot. North Carolina shot themselves in the foot by not playing good team basketball. They only had 8 assists. You cannot win big ball games with only 8 assists, Stacey.
Well, and the tough thing for them on the defensive side was Baylor was well prepared to attack their 1-3-1 pressure in the full court. Baylor, from the get-go, from the opening tip, scored on a layup. It was Sophia Young, first layup of the game. And since that point, through 40 minutes of that game, UNC just didn't have that 1-3-1 attack that we're used to seeing.
But they were also not able to set up that press because they set up that press normally after free throws. I'll tell you what, Baylor didn't foul them much. They didn't get a chance to set up the press. It was not effective. Therefore, Baylor was able to get into a half-court set, just smarter, more savvy post player. Sophia Young, she was also effective, not because of her points, but her ability to pass the ball. She had 6 assists leading her team. That was just a great job in the post by her, just reading that defense.
And she was the player of the game for us, but I would have chosen the defensive player of, she was actually the player of the region. My player of the region defensively would have been Abby Wabara because of the job she did defensively. When she's on the court for Baylor, they're a different team defensively, very aggressive.
So the first 1 seed is gone. 2-seed Baylor coming out of the Tempe Regional, going to the Final Four for the first time in school history. Another 2-seed off to a great start. Misty Williams and Duke built a big lead. LSU and Simone Augustus came roaring back. We're locked up at 30 in Chattanooga at the break.
This halftime report is brought to you by Singular. Get 3 free ringtones when you sign up for SMYC at RUSingular.com. Only at Singular.
Timeout. 2 seconds left, and he's got to put it up.
More bars in more places. That's the goal of Singular's all-over network. With the largest digital voice and data coverage in America, thanks to Singular and AT&T Wireless joining forces. The new Singular, raising the bar.
I work as a mechanic during the week, and on the weekends, we race desert off-road. This is what I drive to the desert. This engine used to smoke when I started it up. Max Life oil greatly reduced that smoke.
At 75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
Introducing Roundup Extended Control. It kills tough weeds fast. And now it also prevents. Just spray wherever you don't want weeds. and you won't get weeds for up to 1, 2, 3 full months. New Roundup Extended Control. Weeds have met their match.
All around the world, Siemens provides hospitals and doctors with the tools they need to make the right decisions right away. From diagnostics to patient information to care management, we're doing our part to help people everywhere feel better.
Spin, spin, spin the globe. It's your time to spin the globe.
What am I? Am I a basketball player who's a psychology major? Or am I a psychology major who's a basketball player? You know, that's the thing about psychology. We tend to overanalyze everything.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
This halftime report is brought to you by Singular. Get 3 free ringtones when you sign up for SMYC at RUSingular.com. Only at Singular.
We'll have one national semifinal set by the end of the night. The other 2 teams to make it to Indianapolis in the Final Four will be determined tomorrow night. Kansas City Regional, Stanford, and Michigan State. That's at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPN. Followed up with Rutgers and Tennessee. You can see that in high definition from the Philadelphia Regional. And speaking of that game, Lisa, you've noticed something from the Scarlet Knights that you believe could get them in a world of trouble against the Lady Vols.
Yes, Rutgers plays really good defense. They can cause havoc, but their offense, I'm really concerned about their ability to go one-on-one too many times. Against a tough defense like Tennessee, that can cause them problems. They have to do a much better job of playing team basketball and smart basketball.
And in Kansas City, Stacy, the matchup between Stanford and Michigan State.
Well, Reese, if there was one concern for this well-tuned Stanford team and Tara Vanderveer, their coach, it's rebounding the basketball. They answered a lot of questions for me against a dominating rebounding presence in Connecticut last night. It was in the second half that it really showed up. Look at the pocket they're forming with their blockouts. This is a fundamentally taught team. Excellent job creating space around the basket, and all 5 players. There isn't one UConn player untouched on most occasions in the second half of that basketball game, and as a result, they won the game. Rebounds do win championships.
I think it's really going to be key against Michigan State, who rebounds the ball very well. They have 2 big players in the post. Stanford must box out to get that win tomorrow.
Yeah, Michigan State is 7th in the country in rebound margin, but Stanford's in the top 15 as well, and you can be assured that Joanne McCauley has addressed the situation. A lot of rebounds hitting the floor against UConn, something you rarely see. Don't forget, we're going to break all of this down in even greater detail coming up tonight, 11:30 Eastern Time on ESPN2 with our NCAA Women's Championship Special. One spot in the Final Four has already been filled. We'll see who fills the other. Second half of this game coming. Watch the second half. Join us at 11:30. We'll have a conversation with Kim Mulkey Robertson and talk about who survives Chattanooga.
ESPN's exclusive telecast of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship is brought to you by Diet Coke. It's a Diet Coke thing. And GE, Imagination at Work.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah, okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer. That is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right?
How many days is 3 weeks?
21.
What will Mr.
A little bit.
What will Miss Rocky?
You know what I'm going to miss the most?
What?
This face.
Mr. Buckley, welcome to Residence Inn.
Residence Inn.
All suites with all the comforts.
Hammer throw is tough. It isn't just you against a 9-pound ball. It's you against yourself. It's pure concentration, and you have to dig deep inside to find every throw. It's brutal. I had to study biomedical engineering just to relax.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than...
Do you hate putting your glasses on and off all day? Are your reading glasses never where you can find them? Would you look years younger without reading glasses? Have you heard of CK and wondered if you were a candidate?
Hi, I'm Dr. Lionel Smith. If you have similar problems with your near vision, there's a 3-minute procedure that could help. It's FDA approved, involves no cutting, and could end your struggle with reading glasses.
Call Dr. Lionel Smith at 769-3322 for a free consultation.
Kurtz announces the grand opening of the all-new Kurtz in Prairieville, just 2 minutes from Airline at Highland Road, with savings throughout the store on truck accessories, electronics, tires, wheels, service, and much more. So hurry to Kurtz grand opening sale going on now. Kurtz announces the grand opening of the all-new Kurtz in Prairieville, just 2 minutes from Airline at Highland Road, with savings throughout the store on truck accessories, electronics, tires, wheels, service, and much more. So hurry to Kurtz grand opening sale going on now.
1.
This NCAA Women's Championship telecast is presented by Avis.
We're in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're tied at 30 as Duke went the last 4 minutes and 11 seconds without a field goal and allowed LSU to get back in the ball game. Welcome back to Chattanooga, everybody. Good first half, Annie. 20 minutes to go in a tie ball game.
It was fun to watch, that's for sure, especially the people that came off the bench. And Duke had the momentum in the first half. Foul trouble really hurt them. But with LSU, they came on when Sylvia Fowles came into the game. And I think defensively, what LSU was able to do, they've got Sylvia Fowles in the paint, kind of like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar used to do for the Lakers. And you'll see Missy Bass drive down the lane. Now, Fowles is guarding Shante Black, and Black is out of the picture. But watch Fowles come over and have that weak side help, which what they were missing early on. She had 16 minutes worth of getting 3 steals out of the 8 steals for LSU in the first half.
Duke still shooting over 50% and dominating inside, 22-13 points in the paint. But LSU, who turned it over so many times early, has virtually cut that out. And Tamika Johnson, the young lady with the ball right here, has done a much better job of handling it late in that first half. Jones cuts in, can't hit the shot. Partially blocked, got her own rebound. Got it to Augustus, and she'll make every one of those.
That's where Augustus is so tough, Mike, because she will cut to the ball, and players look for her.
Number 1 seed LSU is taking the lead for the first time in the entire game. Bales is back in there, along with Renisha Smith. Both with 2 fouls. Curry goes baseline, can't hit the shot. Had the rebound, knocked away, and out of bounds to LSU.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with head coach Pokey Chapman of LSU a few moments ago. She said that offensively we have to make them defend us a little bit longer in the half court. Use our speed, use our strength, be patient, reverse the ball a couple of times. Defensively, she said they have to clean up and use a little bit more ball pressure in the high post to cut down on that high-low action. And she's happy with the defensive work that Yolanda Hoskin has done on Monique Curry. Guys?
And, Mark, certainly they weren't patient the first 6 or 7 minutes of this game in their offense.
That's right, Curry got 6 points quick, and then just was held scoreless.
Augustus, pull-up jumper, short. Offensive rebound, Wendell and Jones. First 30 on the shot clock. Hoskin thought about the 3.
Jones and Willis are in there for a purpose for LSU. They set good screens, they play good defense, they get everybody else involved. They do the little things.
Johnson with a runner, had it swatted out of bounds with 10 on the shot clock.
And when Pokey Chapman talks about the offense, making Duke play a little bit longer off those passes that LSU has, trying to tire Duke out in the half-court game.
Willis just inside the 3-point line, snatched down by Misty Williams. And that's a great point. Duke is so thin.
Williams now with 13 points and 5 rebounds in this game.
Double team on Curry. She does the smart thing. Got a pass to Williams. And Williams has been the beneficiary of some great passes in this game, and she's had layup after layup inside.
You can see Monique Curry kind of relax with Wanisha Smith in there because it takes pressure off her. She makes a nice pass inside to Misty Bass. All it is pick and roll. Pick and roll, and the defense had to flow it out to the outside where Wanisha Smith was, and Misty Bass just said, hey, I'm open.
You ought to be 7 out of 7 shooting at point-blank range, and she is.
Misty Williams, I should say.
And there is a jump ball situation. Position arrow will give it back to Duke.
One of the ways that Duke is stopping LSU's fast break transition game is that they are collapsing on the rebounder and forcing them to try and pass it out, get a jump ball, or dribble it out.
18-12 to go in the game. We're tied at 32. Duke basketball. They try to run Curry down the lane. Then they have to lob to Whitley. Whitley faked the pass and missed.
Duke scores 55% of their points in the paint because of their bigs.
Whitley had a nice thought, got a good drive, couldn't hit it. Johnson penetrates. Jones. LSU showing they can score inside 2, courtesy of Tamika Johnson, and Wendell Jones gets a rare bucket for her. A little too strong from Bales. And here comes Johnson trying to run again. Ahead to Williams. Willis. Recovered by Hostin.
Pokey Chapman right over to Tamika Johnson, calling her team over, not happy with the way things are going and trying to get them straight.
Well, she just jumped on Tamika Johnson, and that's the 3rd foul on Monique Curry.
Tamika Johnson is the coach out there on the floor. Pokey Chapman has allowed her to do that, just as Sue Gunner did that to Pokey Chapman when she played.
Jones double team, can't hit the shot.
I like Duke just standing there. Nobody going up high to block the shot. This Duke team, boy, they lead the NCAA in blocked shots this year. Broke the record of Connecticut.
But I'll tell you one thing, Annie, nobody is stopping Tamika Johnson from getting inside. Whoever guards her blows right by him.
And that's one of the things that Pokey Chapman and her coaches talk about. 40 minutes of running against Duke. Tire them out.
And she has, that could be tough. 4 on Curry.
Oh, wow. Their feet got tangled up, Mike, and that's a tough call on Monique Curry.
Oh, they're going to give the foul on Allison Bales as Curry's contact apparently not called at all.
Well, that's a break for Duke, no question. I think they have Monique Curry, but still 3 personal fouls for Allison Bales. Talked about a stiff back, and the more sitting she does, the tighter she becomes.
Fouls is in. Good position against Williams. Williams stood her ground. That ball's kicked out of bounds, and that will be out to LSU. Fouls is a tremendous factor when she comes in.
She ran track as a kid, was a high jumper, ran the 100 and 200. And this off season, when she went home to Miami, she ran 5 miles 4 or 5 days a week in the beach.
So she is going to be a good one.
And it shows the way she runs.
LSU taking the advantage now. They have been undefeated when they won the rebounding battle. Augustus had it halfway down and it kicked back out on her.
Believe me, Duke is very happy with that shot from Simone Augustus from the outside.
She has more of a 17-foot range most of the time. Augustus doesn't take that many three-point shots. She's only made 5 all year.
She's taken 13, but it's something she's worked with. The thing is about this offense, people are critical about this LSU team. Their weakness is a three-point shot. I don't think it's a weakness. I think their offense is so good and efficient that they just get shots within 15 feet. A nice move.
Can't get by Hostin. Foley's back in there. We approach the 16-minute mark. Smith, the freshman, can't hit. 1 and done. Boy, Fowles just sucks up everything when she's in there. 5 rebounds for the freshman.
It would really help LSU if Shalonda Hostin could get off offensively, because she's kind of that third person that can really help them.
Casey went with us to the semifinal. Get 22 against Liberty. They nearly throw it in the backcourt. Here's Johnson with 5 on the shot clock. Down the lane, draws the foul. And she went by Wanisha Smith, or check it. Yeah, she went by Wanisha Smith like her feet were nailed to the floor.
Well, she saw the shot clock just when you did, and she, as you said, went by Duke and was looking to score. They're up by 2.
Elena Beard with Mark Jones when we come back.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship continues through April 5th on ESPN.
These gardens have the most exquisite Venus flight. Oh, he likes you.
Go where you want with your free weekend from Avis. Now rent for a week and get a free weekend to use later. Find our lowest prices at avis.com.
What is the power of red? It's eating pizza. The whole pizza. Or fire-grilled chicken. And still feeling good about yourself. Smart ones. The power of red.
Wow. This is some high-class H2O. You know, I do a lot of yoga and sculpting and tons of cardio. And you wouldn't believe how much of this stuff I go through. Trust me, I know a little something about bottled water. And this tastes fresh, crisp. They should sell this in like an 80-ounce bottle. That'd be fierce.
I'm having work done. I'm not sure how it will turn out, but I am so excited.
Let Olay Regenerist do the work. With its aminopeptide complex, it continuously renews skin's appearance at the cellular level for lasting results. Olay Regenerist.
Work done.
And now the Regenerating Collection to help you tailor your skincare regimen.
15:32 to go in the second half. LSU with a slim 2-point lead and joined by last year's Player of the Year, Elena Beard, formerly of Duke. What kind of similarities do you see between this team, shorthanded at about 8 players, and the one in 2002 you were a part of that went to the Final in 4?
I think the one similarity I see is that this team is showing a lot of heart in the hustle, because they're down to 8 players, but they're doing all they can to stay in this game and saying, you know, they've made it this far with 8 players, so it's a good sign.
Get a chance to visit one with them before their first round game in the tournament. What'd you say to them?
I just went up and, you know, told them to have fun. It's nothing much you can say to anyone at this point because they know what they have to do.
Bit of a world traveler. Just finished a nice 3.5-month stint in Korea. What was that like?
Oh, my God, it was an unbelievable experience. I would go back in a minute.
Pretty good endorsement, guys. Still rooting fiercely for her Duke team. Back to you guys.
Absolutely. All-Americans remember that kind of stuff. Tamika Johnson with 6 points. She made several first-team All-American teams. Hits a couple of free throws, and LSU out to a 4-point lead. Johnson, who averages 7.7 assists a game, number 2 in the nation.
Elena Beard was the Wade and Wooden Award winner last year. And Monique Curry, who might lead after this season, hasn't been decided. She's talked to Elena Beard and Isis Tillis. She is a junior eligibility-wise, but senior-wise has graduated.
Is there enough money in the women's game to help you make that decision?
Well, if Elena Beard can go over to Korea and make that money, not in the WNBA. It's interesting to see how the thinking in the women's game has changed. That, oh, yeah, they should leave. And I'm a proponent of staying. And why not play in front of this kind of atmosphere and play for your school? And because to me, the money is not the draw that it is in the NBA. And Tamika Johnson ended up staying.
Absolutely. She's played like she was on a mission after what happened a year ago. Boy, excellent defense by Allison Bales. Just stood her ground at 6'7", had her hands straight up. Got a piece of that one. She's been a tremendous shot blocker. Duke needs to do something against this suffocating LSU defense.
Oh, nice.
Great move. Can't finish. That's going to be a foul, I believe, on Whitley, or are they saying jump ball? It's going to be a jump, and a possession arrow gives it to LSU.
Excellent double team by Duke. Shante Black at 6'5", Allison Bales at 6'7". Bales with 133 blocks coming into this game. Black 44 as a freshman.
But Duke unable to score. And at some point, you've got to put it through the hoop. Trying to deny Johnson the basketball and forcing other LSU players to handle it. Augustus gets it to Johnson. 5 on the shot clock. Goes baseline. Nearly made a prayer. And here's a reach-in foul on fouls. Only 2 on Sylvia Fowles.
And that's a freshman foul right there. I mean, you don't going under the legs. But I love Tamika Johnson continuing to put pressure on Duke, going inside the lane. And at 5'3", she's not intimidated by them. She'll get some shots blocked, but she's been playing against the guys for an awful long time.
She's got a lot of courage. Foley. And finally, Duke gets 1 to fall. They cut the lead back to 2. The first basket for Jessica Foley, who averages 11 points a game.
She did a nice job turning the corner on that.
Willis. Johnson gets it with 18 on the shot clock. Augustus from 15. Out. Simone Augustus has 16 points.
Give her daylight off the curl, and she'll look for that shot, knock it down.
Curry, good head fake to get in the lane. Then headed block. Great defense by Hostin. Johnson on the run. 2 on 3, and she'll wait for help.
Good decision. 2 on 3, as you said. Didn't have the numbers. Bring it back out and run your half-court game.
Now Curry on her. Monique Curry with those 3 fouls. Can't get past the screen. Johnson tries to use the glass and missed everything.
Well, Bale certainly made her change her shot on that one. Both teams look a little tired, don't they?
They do.
A couple boxers.
And LSU has the advantage in that regard. They can go to a very deep bench. Duke cannot. Bales threw that one away, and now Black throws it away, tipped out of bounds. Bales thought that was an LSU ball headed down court. They were playing 4 on 5 there for a few seconds.
Simone Augustus, we had mentioned in the first half that Wenisha Smith was just going to face guard her. A lot of grabbing down low, and Simone got a little daylight, and there you see the block by Hostin. And then it was off to the races for LSU. They set up in the half-court game because Duke has really done a good job stopping the fast break of LSU.
Only 5 on the shot clock. Whitley doesn't realize it got it off, but not in time. Really poor execution by Duke. They made 2 passes with only 5 on the shot clock, and they didn't get it to people who really wanted it in that situation.
Winter Whitley, the only senior on this team, played in the Final Four for Duke, as Monique Curry did, but she was hurt that year.
And Augustus starting to dominate that Star Watch matchup. Tamika Johnson all of a sudden become very offensive-minded. She's fired the last 3 times down court.
The bench for LSU has been very productive in the NCAA tournament. Bad pass by Augustus.
Williams has had a heck of a ball game offensively and defensively. That pass knocked out of bounds by Tamika Johnson. Will be out to Duke when we come back, but LSU is up by 4.
There it is. There, what is it? The Harley I almost bought.
I love that color. Is that
Black?
Black.
It's black. That almost looks great. Oh, I can almost hear that big V-twin.
Almost won't get you there.
Hey, Brody. People, are you ready? Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
You don't believe it, you can read it, page 1, and you listen to it. All see is more, really born, baby. That's my passion, I'm every singing. And I think on that topic, we on in agreement.
Put your head between your legs. Huh? Robots is more incredible than The Incredibles.
Oh my gosh, I'm as crazy as my mother. Oh.
The ride of your life. The most amazing action ever put on film.
Grow some bolts.
Robots.
Sorry.
Rated PG. Now playing.
To the list of the most extraordinary images ever captured, we humbly submit the beating human heart. For the first time in such detail, it helps doctors diagnose heart disease in just 5 heartbeats. The Lightspeed Volume CT Scanner from GE Healthcare. Some might even consider it a work of art. GE, imagination at work.
I need to get to Indianapolis. We need one more win.
Simone Augustus has her Lady Tigers up by 4. Baylor already making travel arrangements for Indianapolis because they knocked off North Carolina tonight. The first team in the Final Four. The other 2 spots will be decided tomorrow night on ESPN at 7 and 9.
Simone Augustus and her teammates were told by their coach, Pokey Chapman, you have earned the right to play 40 more minutes. And as she says, we've got to win one more game. Well, so does Duke to get to the Final Four.
Good head fake by Curry to get open, then she can't hit the shot.
Misty Bass, 7 of 7, only 1 for 1 in the second half. And you would think that Duke, Misty Williams, I apologize, but Misty Williams, they need to get her the ball, Duke.
And it's not like they've forgotten about her. They tried to get her the ball, but they've had bad passes several times. 9 points for fouls, and fouls makes Williams play defense at the other end as well. Juanisha Smith, the freshman point guard. Duke, not much luck penetrating. Foley from the baseline, and Foley, an important shooter for this club, hits that jumper.
Well, that's huge for Duke. We talked about Jessica Foley, her extra ball handling. She really struggled early on because without Lindsey Harding, she had to take over a lot of point guard situations with Juanisha Smith on the floor. But then she can also shoot the 3.
Augustus, short on the jumper.
She really forced that shot. Not a good shot selection by Simone Augustus, but Jessica Foley, nice pass, wide open in the corner. And she has a stroke.
The last 7 games she's played, she's averaged more than 14 points a game. Missed the first 2 NCAA games. Excellent defense by Fowles. Would not let Whitley get the baseline. Knocked it out of bounds.
Fowles at 6'5". Some people think 6'6", and Winter Whitley at 6'2".
Fowles, very instinctive defender, very good body position. There's a block on Tamika Johnson. That will be 3 on the 5'3" senior point guard.
Certainly that's the one player Pokey Chapman feels that she's the MVP of this team and can't afford to be out of a game. Only twice has she gotten 4 fouls in a game this season.
Almost a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, and that will get Rashante LeBlanc in the game. And Johnson has to go out with those 3 fouls. Turnover. And a breakout layup for Rashante LeBlanc.
Turnovers by Duke, really hurting them in the open court.
42-37.
Monique Curry has not scored in this second half.
Boy, LSU really cranking up the defense. Tough shot won't go. And what a play by LeBlanc. Recovered the ball midair, called a timeout, and got it to keep possession. We've got a timeout on the court. LSU leads Duke by 5.
White, beige, or taupe? No thanks. If I'm going to paint, you're going to notice it.
You can at the Home Depot. Discover the largest paint color palette in America. The greatest brands in paint are here at guaranteed low prices. And try our Color Smart system, where you can preview, match, and coordinate colors with confidence. Organize paint chips, swatches, and more with a Color Solutions Journal. Get one free when you buy $60 or more of Behr paint. At the Home Depot, you can do it, we can help.
Hoop fans, don't miss your chance to go to the 2006 Women's Final Four at the Fleet Center in Boston, April 2nd and 4th. Log on to ncaasports.com to apply for your tickets online. That's ncaasports.com.
And don't forget the 2006 NCAA Men's Final Four, April 1st and 3rd at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. Log on to ncaasports.com to apply for tickets online. That's ncaasports.com, the official website of the NCAA.
He's put a lot of preparation into this moment. He sets up. Oh, he didn't see that one coming. But wait, he won't be denied. He's going for it. He may have it. Oh, let's see that again. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. He worked hard for that victory. Campus Federal, putting things within your reach.
Scratch off from Louisiana Lottery. Guaranteed to keep you smiling like you ought to be. Scratch again, you could win. It's so easy to see. You need a reason to smile.
Play Fire and Ice, the new $2 scratch-off. Win up to $10,000. Win up to 10 times on each ticket. And Lucky Gold, the new $5 scratch-off. Win up to $50,000. Win up to 15 times on each ticket. On sale now.
You need a reason to smile.
LSU with a 5-point lead, 9:07 to go in the second half. Shalonda Hostin of LSU playing terrific defense on Monique Curry. Her coaches rave about Hostin's ability to get into the passing lanes and deflect the ball and wreak havoc on potential scorers like Curry right here. They say that in the last 2 games, they chart this now, she has a total of 16 deflections on the season now. She leads the team by over 40 deflections. That's why Curry is wearing a look of dejection right now, guys, on the Duke bench. Back to you.
They call her the Matrix. She just morphs into getting deflections.
Curry has missed all 5 shots from the floor in the second half. Does not have a rebound either. Try for the backdoor pass. That's a long way for Hostin to try to throw that pass and get it through traffic.
And a good substitution by Gail Gessenfors, putting Shante Black in at 6'5".
Foley, short, and the rebound to Fowles. I'm so impressed with Fowles. And she went down and holding her face. She's hurt. Gonna tough it out right back in the offense, setting screens. Shot clock at 7. Knocked away with 5 on the shot clock. Oh. It'll clear your sinus. Hostin with the shot clock running down. No, but draws the foul. And Hostin got hit on the way.
Bob Starkey, the assistant coach for Pulse Chapman, was the assistant coach for Sue Gunner. 8 years he's been there, and this motion offense was implemented when he got there. He said the kids bought into it right away. And when you had kids buy into it that very first year, it has been passed down. In practice today, he said, we've got to make sure we're good in special situations. That out-of-bounds play right there with the shot clock running down was a special situation.
And in stark contrast to what happened at Duke a couple of minutes ago when they inbounded the ball with 5 seconds and didn't get a shot at all.
Hobson redshirted the 2002-2003 year. She's going out of the game because she got married and had her daughter, Ashita. She was born in January of 2003, and she knew she wanted to come back. She had to come back, and that's one player Duke needs back is Monique Curry.
She hit 1 out of 2. The lead is up to 6. Williams, they have double-teamed the post very, very well as LSU and kept Misty Williams from getting that ball after a huge first half. Duke's offense overall, nothing in the second half.
Here's a fun fact. Erected in 1963, the walnut stands 15 feet high.
I'll be in the car. Go where you want with your free weekend from Avis.
Orca, Orca. Oh, I love Orca.
I thought you loved the humpback.
I recently changed my mind.
But I thought we established that the Orca was mine. Now rent for a week and get a free weekend to use later. Find our lowest prices at avis.com.
Never even touched me. Maybe a little bit.
On April 1st, in a city ruled by corruption,
my employer will seize this neighborhood.
Heroes will rise.
It's time to prove to your friends that you're worth a damn. We haven't even started yet.
Sin City, rated R, in theaters everywhere Friday.
I don't look at myself as a basketball coach. I look at myself as a leader who happens to coach basketball. When they get out into the workplace, they're armed with not just a jump shot or a dribble. I want you armed for life. You know, I want you to develop as a player. I want you to develop as a student. And I want you to develop as a human being. My life isn't about playing games. That's why my card is American Express.
ESPN's exclusive telecast of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship is presented by Avis. We try harder.
Welcome back to Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're deciding the second member of this year's Women's Final Four, and LSU leading Duke 43-37 with 7:51 to go. Big second half for LSU.
Big difference in the second half. Williams only 1 free throw for Duke. LSU is 3 of 4. Curry has not gotten to the free throw line.
And Monique Curry back in the ball game. They're going to need her. And fouls from behind with a tremendous block of the 6'7" Bales.
Poor Monique Curry under there. WWF.
She's getting squeezed. She's the last one up and slowly.
The block from behind. Bales makes a nice little pump fake. And you see fouls and a loose ball. And Curry looked like she got that fine arm as they go down on her.
Boy, fouls. Just, even when she's beaten, able to recover very quickly.
What I'm really enjoying,
huge difference.
I'm really enjoying about the women's game today, though, you see the bigs have such quickness and ability to jump and under control. Awful nice
Curry, great job to draw the personal.
Well, that's the way you get to the free throw line.
Yep.
Get somebody up in the air. We said she does not have one free throw in this game. In the NCAA tournament in 3 games, she's averaging 7 free throws. And this will be her first free throw, but she is so good at drawing the defense up there.
And once she gets there, nearly an 80% free throw shooter. Had hit 159 this year, made 159 coming in, and is the number 7 all-time scorer in Duke basketball.
That was one of the keys for LSU, trying to keep Duke off the free throw line because they're so effective.
43-38. Curry in the NCAA with 18, 21, and 16 points, playing with 2 stress fractures in her left foot. Augusta just glides through the defense all the way to the right baseline. And Monique and now has 18.
Is that pretty or what?
She just made the defense really look bad.
She floated like a butterfly on that one.
Yes, she did. Winter Whitley with a brick from the right wing, and the rebound to Duke and the foul on Duke.
As Augustus was dribbling up, I was thinking she should have passed the ball up the court, but then she just sweetly taps it up there. Her favorite player that she loved to watch, Julius Irving.
And that time they let her go 85 feet, and she burned them for it. Augustus now at the 7-minute mark, tries to go down the lane, knocked away from behind. Augustus gets it, tied up by Bales, and she's bent over backwards and hurt. The Harley-Davidson game track, 4 points off of 14 LSU turnovers for Duke. Monique Curry has been held to 8. Simone Augustus has 18, and it looks like she's going to be all right.
Well, all right. Pokey Chapman riding her Harley-Davidson that she's had for the last 6 years. She says it's my getaway.
Hostin tipped outside in the fresh 30 for LSU. LeBlanc running the club right now. At the point with Tamika Johnson getting a good rest on the bench for those 3 fouls.
What you like about Pokey Chapman, she's given the green light to all her players.
Jones down the lane, that should be offensive, and it is.
Misty Williams coming over on the weak side, trying to get her team inspired, takes the charge for the Blue Devils. Bales gets faked out, and look at Williams come over. Just really a nice job. One of the things that they chart is taking charges.
Misty Williams has had a sensational game. She is the leading offensive producer tonight with 15 points.
But only 2 in the second half. So Gwendolyn Jones has done a terrific job on Williams in the second half.
The lead is 6. Time becoming a factor. 6:15 and counting. Foley trying to become more aggressive offensively. Shot clock at 7. Curry in and out. Rebound to foul.
That's what was happening to LSU early in the first half. Shots that were going in and out.
Nice piece of coaching here by Pokey Chapman. Able to leave Johnson on the bench with this lead. Get her a good rest in case she needs her dynamic and quick point guard down the stretch. This foul will go against Foley trying for the rebound. You can get the complete results from the Women's Basketball Championship, as well as information on future championship sites on NCAAsports.com. NCAAsports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. And that last foul called on Allison Bales. She has 4 fouls at the 5:48 mark.
For LSU coming into this game, some of the keys were that, one, they wanted to push the ball because they wanted to make it a 40-minute game and see how deep the bench could handle, Duke could handle that running up and down. They knew that they had to rebound against Duke. The coaches said that Duke is the best offensive rebounding team we have faced all year long. LSU has made adjustments in the second half and kept them off the board. They've also gotten their big players in foul trouble, and the big players for Duke early in this game were controlling the tempo, slowing things down, getting the ball inside, scoring in the paint. But when Bales and Wanisha Smith, their point guard, got in foul trouble, it really hurt Duke.
And Duke, which has normally enjoyed a 9-rebound advantage, all year is down 15 to LSU. What a tribute to the big kids. Fouls, turnaround jump shot. Can't hit it. Curry nearly turned it over, smart enough not to try to recover, just let it bounce. And then glides down the lane. She'll draw the foul on foul.
That's a good drive by Monique Curry. If Sylvia Fowles stays on the ground, she probably gets the charge. Instead, she looks like she goes straight up, but Curry drives, initiates the contact, and a good move by Curry. We talked about the 7:21 mark that Duke had only had one free throw in the second half, and that was by Missy Williams. Curry now has gotten to the line.
Monique Curry misses that one, however. Her last field goal, and got to go back to the first half, 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go. So she has been really shut down by this LSU defense. She hits 1 out of 2 on this trip, 3 out of 4 for the game. It is a 5-point lead.
And she did that against Georgia the other night, where she scored 2 quick baskets, and then she was quiet for a long time, even though she finished with a double-double.
Now Tamika Johnson is back in for LSU.
LSU standing.
Double team and a steal.
LSU standing. They saw Jones down there all by herself. Nobody bailed her out.
16th turnover for the Lady Tigers. Smith, contact, offensive foul, Juanisha Smith. That's 4 on the freshman.
Tamika Johnson is not going to block a lot of shots high, so what she does, she gets into a defensive position, and you can see the bump right there.
You do not have to be stationary. You can move. You're entitled to your own defensive position, and it appeared that she got it. Nice pass.
So simple.
Bounce pass to Augusta. Sometimes it's not a complicated game if you execute it right.
And that's why they don't shoot a lot of threes.
That's right. Foley, good job to get open, and she hits it. 47 to 42. Duke increasing the tempo of its offense. Now LSU looking at that clock, which has become their friend. Bad pass by Johnson. She has it knocked away. Curry, 1-on-3, pull up for 3. Can't get it. Followed by Black. Shantae Black with a big basket. The lead's cut to 3.
Duke has switched up their defense again, but LSU's kind of lulled themselves to sleep. I don't think you can play to not lose this game.
Well, they certainly can't now. It's been cut to 3. Austin waiting for some help. Gives it up to Foul. Shot clock at 10. Tamika Johnson. Foley can't stay with her. Fouls trying to back in with 3 on the shot clock and got it. Beautiful execution by LSU, and Fouls has 11. Curry settled for 3 the last time, looking for an indication that Foley was going to go baseline. Thought she saw it and then threw it away. 3:22 to go. LSU with a 5-point lead.
Hey, nice Harley.
Yeah. Yeah. Had to get it, you know? It's great. It's the way I live my life, you know, by my own rules. Well, that's my creed or motto. My credo, you know?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like to live like at the edge of my... Can you believe the crime in this town? It's crazy. It's like broad daylight right in front of us. It's like, hello, it's my bike, miss.
Maybe you should get your own.
Hey, watch this.
You like banana? Oh, good. Yeah. Here, take it. Go. Give me that.
Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real.
Give me that. Come on, give me.
It's all here.
Dancing in the glow. It's
All around the world, Siemens is energizing the cities and towns we live in. We engineer new ways to efficiently generate, distribute, and use power. And by providing energy to people everywhere, we're giving them the power to live better.
I've got 3 studios. This is where I do the watercolors. Out here, I like to work with acrylic. Here's where I work with oils. I put Max Life in there, and from one change to the next. No more leaks.
At $75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
Weekends are special. So Enterprise has special weekend rates from $9.99 a day. Rent Friday to Monday from just $9.99 a day. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Reese Davis, Lisa Leslie, Stacey Del Shipman with you. Baylor is into the Final Four. Victor in the Tempe Regional over North Carolina. Top seed Tar Heels knocked out 72-63. Much more on this game coming up on our Women's Championship special. That's bottom of the hour over on ESPN2. We'll have a visit with Kim Mulkey Robertson and also dissect and analyze what you guys are enjoying there in Chattanooga right now between LSU and Duke, Mike.
All right, Reese, thanks very much. Congratulations to Baylor, the first team in the Final Four. Right now, LSU with a 5-point advantage, trying to become the second team to reach Indianapolis. Johnson guarded by Foley.
Good sending in man-to-man defense.
Jones will not shoot from out there unless he's forced to. Now Augustus with 7 on the shot clock. Johnson. Fadeaway jumper, no.
Duke has done a good job. I think LSU has kind of come down within that 5-second shot clock time, not as much as they have in the past.
Wendland Jones has done a good job on Misty Williams down low. Bales has not been able to feed her from the high post.
But Bales has been sitting an awful long time, so maybe with her activity and her size, they'll create more open shots for Duke.
Shot clock at 4. It's up to Bales. She gives it up to Williams. And you can't have big players passing to each other with 5 on the shot clock. You're never going to get anything out of that.
Mr. Bales lost her balance once she took that one dribble.
LSU will take this one under 2 minutes as Tamika Johnson looks at the clock. Right down the lane, a little scoop and got it.
How do you not love that stuff? And the little guy comes in there.
She's terrific. Curry back the other way. Pull-up jumper for 3. In and out. She's had 2 of those. And now Hostin is down. And holding her legs like she has cramps. And boy, she's in pain exactly like she has cramps.
Oh, those are awful.
Oh, there's nothing like them.
Monique Curry took a heck of a shot. I think Curry makes a great shot on that. It just doesn't go down. And there you see Hostin getting the legs rubbed down, trying to get some fluid in her. That was earlier in the game. And those things tighten up. It is just so painful.
You can't believe how much it hurts. And now they're going to help her off. And usually the only thing you can do to relieve it is put pressure on it by standing. But sometimes even that doesn't help.
Frederick Hostin, her husband, helping carry her off. Or they're using the stands, right? Mistake, but certainly there's a concern, but he knows what a tough competitor she is.
So they lose a tremendous defender for the last 1 minute and 50 seconds of this game. And they're going to have to get her some IV fluids, I would imagine, to get her back in the ball game.
They'll take a charter back home to Baton Rouge. They came straight from Knoxville, so they've been here in Chattanooga for a while.
Johnson dribbles right through a double team and makes a great decision to pull it back out. And gives it up to the All-Americans with 1:38 left. Too quick for Foley. Augustus, an excellent ball handler. Jones down the lane, breaks the foul. Wendland Jones with a beautiful feed. biggest lead of the game for LSU. There's the three from Smith. The freshman hits a big one. 1:17 left to go. They have cut the lead to 6. Boy, his foul's going to be terrific, or what?
She has been the difference maker in this game. Coming off the bench at the 16-minute mark in the first half, she was able to go up against Allison Bales' height, not only to get the ball inside against Bales and Williams and Black, but then was able to help out on the defensive end and really just roam down there like a lady Tiger Cat that she is. And then she came up with block shots, steals, which really enabled LSU, not just on the offensive end to get involved, but the defensive end.
Not only a tremendous athlete, but she's very instinctive. Baylor already in. They knocked off North Carolina tonight. Our congratulations to them. And the second team will be decided right here. Up next on ESPN, SportsCenter Steve Levy and Linda Cohn. Weber is back, Major League Baseball, the king of the AL East. And congratulations to Fred Funk. What a finish at the TPC. Defense here by Curry, going for the steal. Ball still loose, and now they call a jump, and the possession arrow will go to Duke.
Well, Simone Augustus was in there yelling timeout, but they were more concerned about where the ball was, and Tamika Johnson with another turnover. She's been so spectacular taking care of the basketball the first 3 games. Only 6 turnovers to 31 assists.
If you don't have possession, you can't call timeout. Duke can't afford to waste any time. Curry may have gotten away with a walk.
How about a couple?
Loose ball, and it will go to LSU in a foul. Usually the All-American gets a break every now and then, but that was a big-time walk that they missed. And Curry has just had such a struggle in the second half. 0 for 9 from the floor. And that has really contributed to this LSU burst to take the 6-point lead. And now Wendland Jones, who's a 58% shooter out of Blytheville, Arkansas, will go to the line.
There certainly is plenty of life left for Duke if free throws are missed.
Jones has missed all 3 chances at the line. Duke is still alive. Curry's taken 2 threes from right here. And right now, all she's trying to do is draw a foul. Foley forces it. Johnson gets a rebound. And at least they fouled the right person, Wendland Jones.
Duke probably didn't have to go for a quick 3. They could have gone inside, but you can see in the second half, especially with Bales in foul trouble, Missy Williams was so dominant inside, and Duke dominated the paint against LSU, but they took it away. And Duke's not only couldn't get it inside, then trying to force shots from the outside, and that was a perfect example, kind of a panic mode.
Sure, and you really have to credit LSU's defense for making that adjustment, because they were getting burned early and often by Misty Williams and the feed from the high post. So Jones finally hits a free throw, 1 out of 4, and that makes it a 3-possession game for Gail Gestencourt and the Blue Devils.
And Gail Gestencourt is going with Winter Whitley, who has the ability to shoot the 3-point shot.
Jones misses the second. Long rebound to Augustus. And Simone Augustus fouled with 28.8 seconds left.
Augustus, an 87% free throw shooter. Last year was at 90%, and it's still early. But if you're going to look ahead, that if LSU does win this game, they had a 1-point victory against Baylor earlier in the season.
Simone Augustus has become the number 4 all-time scorer for LSU in this tournament.
Gail Gestencourt has done a terrific job this season with only 8 players and losing the players that she did. Give her a lot of credit. And coming off the Olympics, she was an assistant on the 2004 Olympic team.
Terrific coaching job, but it looks like the Elite 8 will be the last stop for Duke in this tournament, because they are down now 56-47.
There was no much talk about Simone Augustus and the kind of defense that Duke was going to play on her, but how about the defense on Monique Curry? Shalonda Hostin was a shadow all night and made it so difficult not only for her to get the ball, but when she did, to get a shot off. And you can see the banging, which happened to Duke also on the other end, what they did to Simone Augustus. That was about the only good thing that happened for Monique Curry in the second half.
That was really, you're right, that was really the only time that she got Hostin out of position the entire night and forced her to do something desperately on defense.
3 points in the second half for Monique Curry and 2 rebounds.
And she did not make a field goal. Had a couple of good looks from 3, and actually had the ball halfway down on those. They just wouldn't fall for her.
And the question mark, Mike, will be, does Monique Curry come back for another year at Duke? She's talked to Elena Beard and Isis Tillis. Her parents have said, whatever your decision is, we're supportive of it. And she needs some time away from basketball, too, to kind of sit and contemplate what she wants to do.
The lead is 9. Duke has hit only 2 out of 11 3-point shots. Not a strong suit for them, for either one of these clubs, actually. Duke can waste no time. Foley trying to penetrate and can't. Curry, good head fake, gets off the shot. No. Out of bounds. And out to Duke with 19-1 on the clock. They need a 3 right here to make it a 2-possession game.
They need a 3, but LSU needs to stay on their feet.
Misty Williams was wide open. That was for a layup. They go to Foley, and she fires up a brick. Curry will go outside, and Monique Curry hits the jump shot to make it 56-49. She was just inside the 3-point line with 13 seconds to go. And our Diet Coke player of the game, and richly earned, Sylvia Fowles. 13 points, 11 rebounds off the bench. She had 6 out of 12 field goals. And I think probably more important than her offensive points, just the intimidating factor that she gave, not just the blocks, not just the rebounds, but she is a true intimidator inside. Even if you get by her, she manages to recover.
She was able to match up against Missy Williams and Allison Bales as far as the inside play. They're so strong and big, and Duke is such a powerful rebounding team, and they score points inside. But Sylvia Fowles changed all that with her speed, her quickness, her ability to jump.
Only a freshman from Miami, an excellent recruiting class for Pokey Chapman to go with all the returning stars that she had. And the fact that she was the interim coach last year after Sue Gunter fell ill really served her in wonderful stead as she comes in and takes over the job on a full-time basis this year for the first season.
Simone Augustus, local kid from Baton Rouge, coming to LSU, really helped Tamika Johnson and the rest of this program step up for Sue Gunter and Pokey Chapman. And then you get Sylvia Fowles to come in. That really is going to help their program.
Williams, a senior from Miami, that has had more minutes as Ashley Thomas has been out injured. Sports Center coming up when we're done.
They were in the Final Four last year, right down the street at New Orleans. They'd like to get back there.
Look at Fowles. Fighting till the end, reached in there, just got a fingertip on it, kept it alive, and then tipped it out to ice it with 7.6 seconds left in this ball game.
This is an LSU team that early in this first half I thought really got out of their offense because of Duke's defense, got standing around, but they continued to push the ball. They wanted to run for 40 minutes, felt they could tire Duke out.
They have to make sure they get Augustus to the free throw line in these situations. The rest of the team does not shoot free throws very well.
They'll be going against a Baylor team that runs well, and they also have 2 post players in Blackman and Young that are pretty good, that run the floor well and can rebound. That'll
be a very athletic matchup. Duke's season is going to end at 31-5. LSU will advance to the Final Four, 33-2. And a tremendous win for Simone Augustus and Pokey Chapman and the LSU program. A heartbreaking loss for Duke, especially the seniors. Players like Monique Curry who see their college careers, or juniors like Monique Curry who may go on to the WNBA and may see their college careers come to the end. The Lady Tigers, back-to-back Final Fours. There are a lot of people who think this is the best basketball team in the country. They will face Baylor in one national semifinal, the other two games to be decided tomorrow night. Pretty impressive performance, Andy, by LSU.
It really was. They have never doubted themselves. They have had so much fun, and they are on a mission. They talked about this being a masterpiece each game. Now they have earned the right to play another 40 minutes.
Mark Jones trying to join the dance there.
I got her.
All right, Mark, what do you have?
Simone Augustus doing her little dance, and you really did a dance all over Duke, Simone. What does it say about this team that before this, you would average a 36-point victory margin? You win a close one against Duke. What does that say about LSU?
That really says a lot about Duke, that they came out and they fought 40 minutes, and we expected that. But I'm just proud of my girls, my supporting cast. They held their composure. I think Rashawn Taylor-Blount stepped up real big when Tamika had to step out. So it's just about, just going to our goal. It's our ultimate goal. We one step further.
What about the adjustment you guys made on Misty Williams? You really shut her down in the second half.
It really wasn't any adjustment. Our post players just stepped it up. They felt that they let her get too many buckets and start what she did. She did an excellent job of posting and selling, but they just stepped up their game in the second half.
All right, go do your dance. I'll see you in the Final Four.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
All right, Mark. Simone Augustus finishes with 24 points. And their defense holds Duke to its lowest offensive output of the entire year. Duke with 49, and they lose to LSU. For Ann Myers, Mark Jones, and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, and your exclusive home for the NCAA Women's Championship. SportsCenter is next. Here's Steve Levy and Linda Cohn.